Hey, you guys. Welcome to the Shella D. Bridgman Show. Excuse me. I am Shella D. Bridgman, and this is my testimony. Hey, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. It is Sunday. Happy Sunday. Excuse me. I have had a great day today. It's so funny because I made those recordings and I didn't even listen to them, right? Excuse me. Hopefully that's the last one. That's the last one. I made those recordings and didn't even listen to them until after I uploaded them. Okay? So this is what I'm saying. Okay, check this out. I like the recordings. Okay? I have been talking to you guys about the storage room and I'm moving and this and that and this and that. And okay, I said I'm talking to the mini, but it kind of feels like I'm talking to a wall, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm talking, and I'm still talking, right? But when I listen to the recordings, I'm like, dang, it makes sense. It really makes sense. Okay, so check this out, right? I love this. I love it. Okay, so it's Sunday. Here I am. I got off work and I went to the storage room. So I didn't talk to you guys about it yesterday. So I said a day off from the storage room talk, right? I want to tell the people it's the end of the year, keep going and hang in there. Because I'm telling you, if I feel it, I know somebody else feels it, right? When you're doing something, or you're here and you're like, oh, we gonna make it. We gonna make it. So, but look, so today I got off work and I made a beeline to the storage room place because I want to, shut things down with them. Get a squash on this, right? So I go over there, and by the time I got there, it was like an hour before they were open. So I went and took a good nap, woke up, went back over there, and there was a guy there that I had never seen before. Young guy, right? I had never seen him before. So there was someone in the office talking to him, sitting down, and he had his 9-year-old son with him, and the guy was trying to get information to get the process completed. He needed an address or something like that. Okay. So here I am, and I'm telling the guy what I want. I said I want to close out the one unit. I said it's empty. I want to close out the one unit, and the one right next to it, I want to get the lock off of that. He said, okay. He said, there's a charge for that. I said, yeah. And the piece of paper that he gave me, all I was doing was putting my name on it and signing it. And the initial man that gave me a hard time all the way through, that, well, put it like this, that made me feel uncomfortable all the way through, that made me feel really that I wasn't wanted. Like his mouth was saying one thing, but his actions were saying something else. Okay. His mouth was saying, oh yes, but his actions were saying something else, right? Okay, so here we go. The man that I had gone through the whole process with, from signing up for the unit, the second unit, talking to him about that the lock was on there, and him telling me it was going to cost me $20, and he said, oh no, you got this paperwork. And okay, so I got to talk to this young man today. He has someone in the office, and he tells the guy, okay, I got to go help her. He said it's going to take me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Now, stay with me. He said it's going to take me 5 minutes. The guy at the storage facility, that was the manager, that I had been back there a couple times because I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing out on something. He told me that it's going to take 20 minutes to cut the lock off. 20 minutes, and that he might cut his finger off. Stay with me, you guys. Stay with me. So that's what that man told me. The one that told me that I needed the counseling, He also told me that it would take 20 minutes to cut the lock off and that it was a dangerous process, and that he could lose a finger. I'm like, okay. The man at the facility where I'm checking out, and I went through every process with him, getting both units and also telling him that I needed to get into the one unit and, to cut the lock off for me. He screamed, "Oh, no, 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 no." I mean, I'm not exaggerating. "Oh, that's $20. That's $20. And oh, no, that's paperwork." Scared me, right? And that was when I immediately said, "I'm leaving." Okay? So when I went there and it was last Sunday. So I went there today and met this young man. He's actually the guy that I was looking for the first time, but God had a plan. If that guy had just cut the lock off, I would not have done everything that I did. I would not have left. I would not have had a reason to. Okay? But he wanted me to leave. So God sent me through this whole thing. The person in my heart that I was looking for showed up on today. Do you know, the guy said, "Can I," he told the gentleman that was in there that he was working with, he said, "Can you step out for a few minutes?" He said, "It'll just be 5 minutes. I'm going to go cut this lock off for her and I'll be right back." He was, so he's, juggling and managing. He was polite to everybody. Went down there. I met him down there. I drove my car on down there. Went down there. He cut the lock off in 5 minutes for sure. And I rolled up the door to the other unit. It was clean. There was not anything in there. He said, "Very good." He said, "You'll get an email confirming that, because it's on auto pay." He said, "I will, clock you out of that one unit." He said, "Take you off the auto pay and take you off the auto pay for the second unit." Take me off the auto pay for the second unit, and I haven't even moved out. And then he said, "Forget the $20. He said, "Forget the $20. I looked at him. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And I don't like to offend people with my, my love of the Lord. So I didn't say, "God bless you." I just said, go buy yourself a ticket or whatever. I just, I gave him some kind words, and let him know that I really appreciated him. And this happened for a reason. If I had met him last week and he had just cut the lock off, I had already bought another lock. I would have just put the lock on it and kept it moving. I would not have gone to another place, but it was meant for me to go to another place. It was meant for me to go to another place, and it ended up not costing me anything. It cost me to move into the other unit, this new place, but I got a 6 month deal. A 6 month deal. I've said to you before, trust your gut. Trust what God is telling you. When He tells you to do something, do it. When you can feel that something's wrong, when you just know, you're like, I don't know, something's wrong. Both of those places, the one guy that told me I needed counseling, he told me that would take 20 minutes to cut the lock off. This guy did it in 5 minutes. The guy, that same guy also told me that it would cost me $20. The one that signed me up for this, the place that I'm vacating, he made it sound like I had a stack of papers to fill out, legal documents, because I needed to go into my storage room, in that way. And he was adamant about $20. And that young man, he did everything. He stopped the auto pay, because that's why I was trying to hurry up, because they had my payment information. They had my payment information, and I'm saying that I didn't trust them. So I'm like, ooh, let me hurry up because I just felt like they were gonna come at me with something, right? He canceled the payment information. He didn't charge me the $20, and it took him 5 minutes. I didn't ask for anything. He said, I will stop. He said, are you on auto pay? I said, yeah. He said, I'll stop the process on both the units. Both of them. I didn't even ask him to do that. I didn't even ask him to do it. I am saying to you, this is an example of, I told you there was something wrong. I told you that these people were not, they were not for me. I told you that. Everybody wanted to charge me money. The man told me I needed counseling. Remember when I said, I saw this as an opportunity to help someone. He didn't even know that I went back and forth between all these units. He didn't even hear the story. He just said, oh, let me do whatever I can to help her. Let me cancel the auto pay to make sure she's not charged anything, and let me not charge her $20. That was just straight, without me asking for anything. I'm so glad this happened, just so I could share it with you guys. Really. I told you, when something seems, when it feels like something's wrong, seems like everything's good on the surface, because this place that I'm moving out of, it's spacious, it's clean, there are never a lot of people there. It seems like a good setup, but no. Something was wrong. Something was wrong for me to be there. I'm not saying everybody else, but something was wrong for me to be there. And the other place as well, where the man told me I needed counseling. So I'm telling you, trust what you feel. Something on the surface, it may look like an opportunity. It may look like a deal. Somebody's mouth may be saying, oh yeah, I could tell you're a nice lady. I could tell you're an honest lady, because no one's ever, with the mattress cover. I bought the mattress cover from them when I moved in. And he was like, yeah, wow, I could tell you were different, because no one's ever, been concerned with making sure that I charged them. He's like, oh yeah, I could tell. We sat there talking about the water that I drink, the flavored water, that it's so good. And he's telling me his favorite is peach. And we're talking about Walmart, the one here and there and there. And he's like, yeah. And when he didn't have a job, he would just go hang out at Walmart. And we had all this nice conversation. Okay, so this is on the surface. All this nice conversation, but I could still feel it. Even though his lips were saying one thing, I could feel. He didn't go out of his way in any way to show me favor. All of that. Oh, I could tell you're honest. You want honest people, I'm about to say living there. You want honest people on your property. You know what I'm saying? You don't want people doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, or housing stuff that they shouldn't be housing. I checked all the boxes, right? I checked all the boxes. And he was, sitting there talking with me, making, chit-chatting about this and that and everything else. Oh my goodness. But he didn't show me any favor. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm in the parking lot at the library, and this place is closed. And this man just pulled up next to me. Like next to me. So I gotta move. That's not what we do. That's not what we do at all. In an empty parking lot, I don't play that. It's not exactly empty. There are other people here, but you don't pull up next to me. That's not what we do at all. Yeah, so like my grandmother said, Devil show is busy. You know what I mean? That made no sense. Like my car, there are other cars here, right? But he pulled up next to me. He could have pulled way over there, and had space to himself. And he pulled up next to me. Child just politely moved. But locked my door. Yeah, I don't play that. So anyhow, yes, you guys, that was for. Oh. Okay, and be careful. Yeah, that was for you. That was for you. That's what I said. When something on the surface, it seemed like, oh, they're nice people. On the surface, because we're sitting there talking about water and this and that, and on the surface, it seemed like, oh, they're nice people, and he's being nice and all that on the surface. And the other place where the guy told me I needed counseling, it seems like, oh, he's, he told me he was being nice to me. When somebody tells you they're being nice to you, they're probably not, right? But I could feel in my gut. I could feel. And even the place where I said it was perfect, and they were going to charge me more than my no, it's like a lot of money to rent there every month. But the storage room was huge. But it was perfect. Somebody lived on the property and everything. So the one lady, like I said, that currently had units there, and the reason why she said she was going to take the large one is because she was going to consolidate. Instead of having 3 storage rooms, she was going to have one big one, right? So, and like I told you, before I could even get out of my mouth and say, well, is she going to, he was like, I'll put you on a list. I don't know, I'll put you on a list. I couldn't even get it out my mouth. So he didn't want me there. I'm telling you guys, on the surface, something can look good, but in your gut, if you feel like something's off, someone's being, how do they say, dishonesty, I can't, it's probably a word I can't say, but being dishonest by omission, meaning you're leaving something out. You're leaving something out. It's like then they say when before you sell a house, if there's a death in the house, you have to disclose that before you sell the house to a person, right? So that's what I mean by being dishonest by omission. You could be doing business with somebody and everything they could be telling you is true. They could be telling you everything that is the truth, but they could be leaving something out. I'm telling you. If I had met that guy last week, I probably would not have moved the unit or those 2 units. I would not have moved those units. But I met him when I needed to, and it saved me $20. Saved me $20, and he canceled my payment information. And I didn't have to ask him for anything. So, and I went to the store. I was going to go and get him a little sweatshirt. They had one at Walmart for $12 and something. I'm like, shoot, I wouldn't spend $12 on a sweatshirt for me, right? So, it was like some kind of name brand. So I couldn't do that. So, I went and bought him a little shirt from the Stop it! I went and bought him a shirt from the thrift store and cut it down, cut it above his little situation, and I cut it down. And I told you his first answer is always no, so he chewed on it and fought me and everything, and then he's just wearing it. He has a little hood on it. It's just it's something to have on his body, because even though I cover his cage with this really plush, thick blanket, I could feel last night when I was with him that he wasn't as warm as I wanted him to be. He wasn't cold, but he wasn't as warm as I wanted him to be. And his little coat, that would have been too much. And I don't want him to be hot either. So I got him this little sweatshirt, just something on him. So he has his vest on, his little harness on underneath that. But yeah. So I did that, and yeah, I got me some other stuff. I was thrifting. I got me some other stuff. I got this beautiful leather I'm telling you, me and the leather handbag for $7, and it has like a wood handle and some kind of something. And I bought this beautiful bag for briefcase, a bag for my laptop, because the one I have, I got a strap from somewhere and put it on there, and it just, when I'm walking with it, it just bothers me that it's gonna excuse me, that it's gonna undo itself, right? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I don't know, I should pause or something before I do that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so yeah, I told you I'm some leather, me and the leather furniture, leather handbags. Yeah, so I got this beautiful brown. I have one that's really nice. That's worth like $400, $500. Thrifting, I paid like $5 for it. But there's no strap to it, and I can't just carry it in my hand. I'm a strap person. But this one, the strap is made on it, and it's that designer, but I paid $12, $13 for it. But it's nice, and I was worried that my laptop wasn't gonna fit, but it fits in there. So I'm gonna take that to work tonight, and just so I did that. I got myself a little multicolored Mexican backpack, and the suits that I have, I figured it could go with one of those or something. And what else did I get? And I'm a sucker for a scarf. I got a scarf similar to what I'm wearing now. It's I can't think of the Mexican name for it, but it's a little jacket, like a sweater jacket. I think it's a serapo. I don't know. I can't think of it. Yeah, I got me a scarf, couple scarves. So yeah, I got some stuff. Couldn't help it. And I am still making plans for me and my little guy for Thanksgiving. I was looking at some stuff online and spent money today, but stuff was reasonable. I saw some reasonable stuff. Like I said, trying to make some plans for me and him. And it's really good because I was talking to the lady that usually relieves me in the morning, and she said she's not going to be there tomorrow morning, but I was asking her and the guy that, when I was hired, that trained me. And I'm off on Thanksgiving. I get holiday pay because I'm actually there for that, like the 12 o'clock. Stop! Like the 12 o'clock, but like the day, like I don't have to go that night. I don't have to go to work that night. And like I said, I don't have I don't have any, sit down family plans or anything like that. But so I'm good. And then my day off is the next day. So I'm gonna make some plans for me and him for Thanksgiving, and it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be good. Excuse me. Thinking about last year, I said that like Christmas and last year were yeah, but it's better this year. It's better this year. But I can, what? I think I'm mixing up the year before. That's what it is for Christmas. I remember it was the year before. But I remember last year, there's at the park they have this festival, like this Christmas festival. I remember being there last year and working, cleaning, and so I don't have to do that this year. So that's what I mean. It's things. What do they say? I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be either. So things are better. Things are better. Not all of how I want them to be, but things are better. I don't have to be out there cleaning stuff. People they eat food and step on it, and it's like it's a whole thing. It's not even about pride. It's like, dang, that's come on now. And when a place is full of people and you're trying to clean around them, that was the event where I found a wallet. Excuse me. I found a wallet and it had one of those little finder things in it, little pod things, that you put in there that you can find stuff. So I saw it in there, and when I got off work, I took it to the people's house. The address was, on the driver's license, whatever. So I took it to the people's house, and it was so funny. So I'm talking to the people, and I said, I told them that I was working at the festival, at the little party thing. And I said, I knew it had the pod in it, right? I said, so I kept looking over my shoulder. I said, I was waiting for somebody to show up any moment, right? But that's not the kind of thing that you really want to turn in, because, people, people aren't really honest. It, had money in it. It had, how, look, somebody taught her well. She had like a little $20 bill like folded up and like stuck off in it, right? You know how you do something like, in case of an emergency, have this 20. But she was like a little young college student, right? And so they were driving up as I was about to leave the house, and I gave them the wallet and stuff, and I told them, I said, I knew it had the pod in it. I was waiting for somebody to show up. And this is what they told me. Look, me in this car. I've had some situations in this car, pretty scary situations, right? And they said that they went down to where the festival was. That's where the pod navigated them to go. They said, but then it went dead. And then it went dead. And I'm like, yeah, they said the parking lot. I think they said the parking lot. I said, yeah, I was parked at the parking lot. They said, but then it went dead. And I'm like, what? So it was like when I got in my car, it went dead. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. So it was almost like a force field. And at the time, I was having trouble with my car and everything, and I remember this guy, he wanted a ride, and he was being dishonest. And he was like, yeah, I live, which way you going? I said, this way. And he said, yeah, that's where I'm going. And I said, no, I'm going to go this way. He said, yeah, that's where I live. And I'm like, oh, no. But, and I don't hang out with men like that. That's not proper for me. But, because I was having trouble with my car, I was really at a place where, wherever I was going, I needed to make sure that I was supposed to go there. You know what I mean? Because my car, I was having problems, like with it starting and stuff like that. So it was like, nah, I can't just be driving around. If I'm going somewhere, I need to make sure it's where I'm going. So, or where I need to go. So I took the wallet up there, and it was so funny. I didn't tell them my name or anything. And I left. The guy gave me like $20 or $30, $40 or something like that. He was like, I don't know where you live. Maybe you had to drive far or something or whatever. And I took the money. And I did need the money. I really needed the money, right? So they helped me out a lot. But you know what's really funny is I tell you guys stuff that I don't tell anybody else. Because like that situation with the wallet, like I tell you that I bought the guy some food. I tell you that I gave the guy a blanket. It's really funny. I don't know why, but I'm supposed to tell you guys this stuff. Because this is stuff that I've never told anybody. I don't tell anybody that I do for anybody. I don't tell anybody anything. And you know what I think it is? Because this whole thing is about encouraging and inspiring. That's why. That's why I think it is. It's not that I, did something for somebody. It's to encourage you, and inspire you to do something for someone. if I'm telling you I'm driving to a library parking lot to do these recordings and upload them and stuff like that, and sometimes it's really late at night, I'm really going out of my way to try to do the right thing, but to do this thing that I'm doing, And so the point is, do what you can. Do what you can to help somebody else. Because in the long run, you're really helping yourself. You help the person standing next to you. You don't know, just like I said, it may not be them. It may be a woman that's, 59 years old, and that's all you see, but it could be her grandchild. You helping her may help her to help her grandchild that's going to be the person that's going to save your life. You don't know. So we're all connected. We're all connected. Look, COVID, we're all connected. Those people, that stuff made it across the world because people got on planes. Everybody got on planes and went somewhere. And that's how it spread. Okay? That's just what I think. I'm not saying that's what the people said, but that's what I believe. Okay? Because that just shows you that we're all connected. Okay? If we all around the world, not just the country, all around the world, people have the same disease. It's like if people in your house get chickenpox, okay, they're in your house, and then you go to school, the kid goes to school and gives the kids in his class, give them the chickenpox. Okay, all right, fine. But no, it was all over. It was in China, in Africa, in England. It was everywhere. In Australia, it was everywhere. In the U.S., the same disease was everywhere. And it was the poor people and the rich people too. The poor people and the rich people too. So yes, we are all connected. Now that's an example for you. Look, what did it say? You may not like what I said, but you understand what I said. That's Mama J. That's an example for you. We are all connected. So if you do something good for somebody, you helping yourself. You are helping yourself also. Not that you're doing it for yourself, but I'm just saying we all living in the same world. We all living in the same world. And it's like, okay, I'm not trying to get on a soapbox or anything, but I'm just thinking about, how they say, like, people, like, some people have so much and some people have so little. But you look at these countries and you look at the superpowers and the stuff like that. Well, if we all have good health care, if we all get education, isn't that just like a good thing? Right? Doesn't that just help your country? And it just helps the world. Like I said, look, you might be a billionaire, but you don't have a cure for cancer. Okay? You might have all the money in the world, but your daughter can still die from cancer. Boom. Okay? All the money in the world, but your kid can still die from cancer. Okay? So wouldn't it be best if we all got a good education and had opportunities so that we can help each other? I'm not trying to soapbox. I'm not trying to. I'm just I'm looking at this sign, book and DVD return. I'm like exactly positioned in front of it. Okay. I'm just talking. But it just came to me. And I tell you, I don't have 22 college degrees. I did my time, but I didn't go to Harvard. Whatever that means. But I'm telling you, we are all connected. If you didn't get that from COVID or COVID, some people say it, we're all connected. So what you do to the next person matters. What you do to them and what you do for them matters. Okay? Alright, I'm not going to keep you guys. I got my little recording done. I'm happy and proud of myself. I said, I guess this is a podcast, right? I guess it's a podcast. So I'm a podcaster. Okay, fine. But yeah, so I'm glad I'm caught up now. And yeah, so we're clicking on away. We're gonna make it to Thanksgiving. And like I said, you don't know my story. You don't know my story. But I'm doing what I can, and I'm gonna do a little bit of something. A little bit of something. It's like, okay, so this is what my situation is every day, okay? Well, for me and my little guy, I want to do that little something different. I want to take us out of the situation for at least one day. I like to squeeze out too, but for at least one day, for that day of Thanksgiving, I want to do something different for me and my little guy. I want to change our situation for just the one day at least. At least. Okay? So, that's it. Summary, we're all connected. COVID, evidence, obvious, great example. Another example, trust message, trust your gut. When something seems wrong, when something feels wrong, I don't care what the people tell you, trust it. This guy did everything that I needed him to do. He stopped the payment. And also did that process for me for free. And everybody else was saying they were going to charge me and everything else. Okay? When something feels wrong, it is wrong. Okay? All right? And Thanksgiving is almost here. Just do, excuse me, I'm so sorry I keep doing that. Do a little bit of something for yourself. I had this friend, Charlotte. I called her Charlotte. She changed her name. Probably not legally, but her name was Charlotte, and she passed from cancer. And it's so sad. She was great. She was smart. She had the biggest, most beautiful heart, and she passed from cancer. And all the things that I do, that I want to accomplish, that I do, I think of her. I think of her because she's one that didn't make it. For all of the great ideas she had, for all the talent that she had, for as big and beautiful as her heart was, she didn't make it. She was broke when she died. You know what I mean? She didn't have great care. I mean, nothing. And she was a beautiful person. Beautiful person. So everything that I do, I do unto the people like her. So I thinking about her, I almost forgot why I was talking about her, but she used to have, so like I said, she didn't have a lot of money, and she would have a carpet picnic on New Year's Eve. She would have a carpet picnic. She didn't go out, she was older than me, at least 10 years older than me. So she didn't go out. I'm sure she probably did when she was younger, but she would have a carpet picnic every New Year's Eve. Was what she would call it, her little this and that and snacks and stuff like that. So that was what she did every year for New Year's Eve. So that's what I'm saying. Me and my little guy, look, my situation is what it is, but for the one day, I want to do something different for us. I want to do something different. So do just something different. Just something different. And think of what you have to be thankful for. I heard Bishop say, look at, what? I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on with me, but my sensitivity to suffering is like way heightened right now. I saw this guy yesterday going through the parking lot on crutches, and he had like a one whole leg and a portion of his other leg was gone, and he was young, like at least maybe 30, 40, you know what I mean? and he wasn't clean, and he had like a knapsack, like a bag with a bunch of stuff in it, like strapped across him. You know how you do it diagonally? Strapped across him, so he kind of had it swung to the back, and it was obviously a lot for him to be getting through the parking lot on those two crutches. It was obviously a lot of work, and it was like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but it can't be. It just can't be. Can't be. Mm-mm. No, we got to do better. So that's what I mean. Bishop was saying, because like I said, I got my little situation, but when I looked at that guy, with the missing a part of his leg, and he was struggling with those crutches in that big old bag, I was like, oh Lord, you know, for whatever I got going on, it's not that, right? It's not that bad. So that's what he was saying. If look down at your shoes, if your shoes, and look down at your feet, and it's really true. It's really true. I'm walking around, I'm in my right mind, and it's really true. It's really true. So find something to be grateful for. Find something to be grateful for, and find a way to enjoy your Thanksgiving. I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for riding with me. Thank you for being on the journey with me. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.